We've got breaking news out of the NFL. A couple of minutes ago, we let you know that the wide receiver, Eric Decker, met with the Jets today. Late word tonight. He has agreed to a deal with Gang Green. Again, Decker caught 87 passes, 11 of those for touchdowns with the Denver Broncos this past season. So Eric Decker is now a member of the Jets. Right now, let's go to the phone line, bring back in Rich Cimini, the Jets beat writer for ESPN New York. He rejoins us here on the broadcast. And Rich, I know this just went down moments ago. Give us the skinny on it. What's the latest? How did it happen?
Well, Gary, Eric Decker arrived late last night into Newark and started, stayed overnight, of course, and just started a full day of, got the red carpet treatment from the Jets today, meetings at the facility and so forth. And it really ended this evening when he went out to dinner with Rex Ryan and some team personnel at a restaurant in New Jersey. And it must have been one heck of a dinner. I don't know what was on the menu, but probably something with a lot of dollar signs. And the Jets got him tonight. I don't know the exact terms of the deal. I'm guessing it's probably a 5-year deal. I'm guessing in the neighborhood of at least $30 million, probably $6 or $7 million a year for a good wide receiver. And we all know the Jets needed some good wide receivers.
No question about that, Rich. But he is aware, though, that it's not going to be Peyton Manning throwing him the football. It's going to be Geno Smith or somebody else, correct?
Yeah, I think he knows that. There's a big difference there, obviously. And one of the criticisms about him, and I talked to some scouts around the league today, anticipating this, is how much of his production in Denver was inflated because he was playing with one of the greatest quarterbacks in history. The first 2 years, not much production at all. When, of course, he had Tim Tebow throwing the ball, and then had Peyton Manning, and his numbers skyrocketed. A lot of people feel he's a good number 2 receiver, but not really a number 1. But with the Jets, he will be a number 1. And, that could pose some problems because he'll be seeing extra coverage that he wasn't used to seeing in Denver.
True, indeed. We're learning now, Rich, I don't know if you've heard this, 5 years, $36 million is what's coming out now. 5 years, $36 million for Eric Decker. Do you believe that this deal is in any way reactionary? Tonight, Rich, we know Darrelle Revis now heading for the Patriots. Was this in any way a reaction to try and make a splash tonight?
I do think there was something to that, Gary. I mean, the Revis thing happening, and it's funny, like right after the Revis thing happened, Brino Giacomino, a right tackle that maybe some Jets fans hadn't even heard of until a few days ago, that the Jets announced that literally within moments after the Revis signing in New England. And I do think there was some public relations involved there. And I do think that getting Decker tonight was partially motivated by the Revis going to New England.
What's next, Rich? What do you see on the horizon for the Jets?
They got to get a cornerback. They cut Cromartie, obviously. They tried to get a couple of guys in free agency. Didn't work out. They're bringing in Captain Munnerlyn from the Panthers. I think he might be arriving tomorrow. He ain't Darrelle Revis or Antonio Cromartie, that's for sure. But he's a decent starter. So he's a possibility. And I think they're going to go after another wide receiver as well, Gary. I think James Jones from the Green Bay Packers is definitely on their radar.
We're also hearing tonight, Rich, $15 million of that money to Eric Decker is guaranteed money. So that's the very latest breaking news from the Jets tonight. We thank Rich Cimini for staying up late with us. I know you're working the beat tonight, Rich. We thank you for joining us here on the show.
Always my pleasure, Gary.
Thank you, my friend.